everybody, Troy Lewis, Red Eye Concrete, here with my brother Joshua Russell, Beyond Vertical Concrete. And we're doing a project here in Claremont, Florida at the place, and brought up Joshua in to help teach my guys to upgrade their skills. When we did this process, we sat out here till 1:30 in the morning with my wife, I, and Joshua, and we came up with some concepts on drinking Crown Royal and Red Bull. So what we'll do is let Josh start explaining to you what we was doing, but I want to say before he gets going here, he's taught us a lot of skills we didn't have. We've done vertical stuff here on our own, but he's definitely upgrading our game, and my guys have had a great time too. Anytime you need some help with vertical concrete, call Joshua Russell, Beyond Vertical Concrete. Josh, you're up.
Thank you, man. Well, before I came down here, we had our 1 a.m. night. We had I asked him, what do you want? He's like, well, we really like going to Key West. I said, all right, well, between what Cindy wanted, his wife, and what he likes the industrial look. So we haven't quite got into what I want to do in the end here, but we're just at the verge. So what we're going to do is be making a Key West bar that has been almost post-apocalyptic kind of style with maroon boats and steampunk. So I'm going to walk you through it. So right here, we got a ship vessel that we carved all out of concrete, hand carved the wood, and then what it is we took, this is foam core right here, and made it look like the ship marooned against here, and then unfortunately what over here is we have waves. I might be able to lift you up to give you an idea. And then what we're going to do eventually, we're going to have either a stingray or some kind of sea life kind of coming out of that. So since you're here, this side, there was two things that he wanted to do, one with Key West. So on this side, we got the lighthouse that we're going to be making out of galvanized metal, weld that together. And then we're going to have a steampunk octopus. And on one tentacle, he's going to be holding a steampunk seahorse. And then the arms are going to come down, and then we're going to literally connect the electric with the tentacle up to the light that's going to revolve just like a lighthouse. Now on the inside of the bar, he's already had appliances, but we're going to actually extend the vessel right here. So the inside of the boat will actually be exposed, and this will be a hatch door. And then once we get this all carved, we're going to put a top deck on it, and this will actually be watertight for them to do dry storage at one point. And then right here in the end, we're going to do mechanical piping. It's going to look like the sun. And then we're going to use expanded metal to actually have the liquor shelf, so it looks like clouds in the sun or some kind of ray band. His cousin Dale is going to be working on the fabricating on that. And then what we got going up on the ceiling is here in Marable from Marable Studios. I prepped some wood here. We're going to paint it all kinds of different colors. This was just fence pine that he distressed and painted, and we're going to put some color to that. On the ceiling of Sloppy Joe's down in Key West, they got all the different country flags. So I wanted, we were kind of talking and throwing some crazy color in there. So we're going to do that. As you see, Troy has put all kind of industrial lighting, fans, so it's going to follow the theme here. And two center TVs mounted right there. I think that's what we're planning.
Correct.
And then right here, we got the southernmost point buoy down in Key West. So we're going to paint that. That's black, white, red. And then over here, this is where Troy really wanted, I know it's messy, we're still in the middle of wrapping this up, but we're going to do a picture of the 7 Mile Bridge. We actually got an idea maybe merging the old to the new. Then we're going to have carved concrete. It looked like the whole bridge was underneath a huge tidal wave. And then with the concrete countertops, we're going to use a technique called fabric forming, which I got to give shout out to Tegan. Thanks for teaching me that. So in between the rocks and the boat here, we're going to fabric form a wave coming over, and then we're actually going to use the fabric forming technique to create the corkscrew effect of the wave, tidal wave. So as we were talking that night, I looked over and there was a shower head here, and I'm like, damn, we need to do something with that. So we're like, okay, let's do a little mountain. Well, if you zoom over there, Mr. Deven, there was a Rubbermaid $150 box that they had for storage. And we were like, we can do something better. So here's the end result of a $150 Rubbermaid storage container. So I bumped back in. I'm going to let Troy take over here, but I wanted Red Eye Concrete to kind of do some stuff in their wheelhouse. And so we ended up having to do this. I'll have them explain. But instead of a dry storage Rubbermaid, we actually think about putting a metal pole here. You got a curtain, got a changing room. We got electric conduit in here, a couple shelves. So this will be a nice little place. And for the actual shower, we created 2 weirs. It'll come right down right here. You can bathe. Now I'm going to let Troy from Red Eye Concrete explain what he did here in the center.
So we cut a foam panel out and we put our scratch coat on, made it look wavy. Then we did a waterproofing membrane over it, and after we got done letting the waterproofing dry, we took a 90% polyaspartic, mixed it up with 6 different colors of pigments in here to get a variation in the look. And when this is all done, we'll clean all this up and cut it out and have the bench seat. And this is the only thing you're going to see is the valve other than what you see now, because all the water, as Josh explained, will run down straight over the top of your head.
And I want to mention to other carvers out there, this is a key point that it took me a few boo-boos. I ended up running sink valving through the bottom of the weir, which is small enough to where it won't create any kind of disruption to the overflow. But as this thing shut off, that'll let your weir weep so you don't grow bacteria, especially down in Florida or any warm states. I even had it in Michigan. I had the first couple that I did. I didn't do that, and they would go to fire up their water feature, and a big clump of green would come over from the algae. So this is rebar substructure on this side, and then we used foam core on this side. So we kind of did a hybrid. We tied it into the house over here. Everything's pinned in and epoxied with number 3 rebar, 1 foot on center, lath, the whole gambit. And then as we come over here, Red Eye Concrete had already done a pre-existing bridge, so we wanted to accent that, so we made a water cooler here. Oh, FYI, the buoy actually is a functional cooler on the inside. There's a drain and everything, so you can fill that up. But who needs 1? Who needs 2? But we need 3 coolers. So here we got the Twisted Rock. Justin Ruiz had designed that. And then, so we kind of set the scene to where this whole job site is going to be like an aftermath of maroon shipwreck. So here is the end of the boat over here. We used a 4-foot sheer descent in between the cracks of the wood. So that'll come out because eventually this will be either a river or a contained water feature unit. And then Troy gave me a bunch of Red Eye swag, so we got to move that. Inside here, this is going to be another cooler. And then the rest of this, I wanted to do a sitting bench that was unlike anything else. And I Googled it, and no one has done a driftwood bench. So we ended up coming up with the idea. Aaron Marble helped cut the foam, helped shape it. And we put a dual lover seat chaser that looks like rock. We wanted to break it up, so we got 3 sections of rock here to really break it up so it wasn't too much. But and we just finished up driftwood fireplace. This has a 4-foot by 14-inch propane gas burner, 150,000 BTU, and then we have reflective mirror stone over there. So we got a few days left. I'm going to be working 2 more days. We're going to head out to World of Concrete,
Yes,
hook elbows.
Anybody want to look us up? We'll be out there. Josh is working at.
I'm going to be at the Decorative Concrete Live booth and the Red Art Technologies booth.
And I'll be drifting around wherever anybody knows that he'll spot me. But one more thing, just so everybody will know, you have a water feature that's going to run straight through here eventually. And this pool is going to be tore down this fall. And we're going to put an in-ground swimming pool there, so you want to check back because we'll probably have Josh back down, and he'll help us do the new pool with the cave and everything that's going to be on the swimming pool.
Hugh Hefner ain't going to have shit on Troy. Let's just put it that way.
So anyway, everybody stay tuned. We'll put up more videos as we complete the process, and look forward to seeing everybody at the World of Concrete.